Music should be something that makes you gotta move inside or outside. That's a famous quote from Elvis Presley. I'm sure that everyone here listens to music, even if you don't listen to music, to rock and roll. There are some music and artists that have been inspired by rock artists. Rock and roll has come a long way from where it first started. Today I will be talking about the early years, how it affected many things, and where it is today. It was in the 1950s that rock first started. Ultimately, rock consisted of a mix of rock, blues, and country. It has been argued on who the founder of rock really was. The more popular choice is Elvis Presley. But as noted in Piero Scaruffi's book, A History of Rock and Dance Music, Bill Haley formed the Comets, the first rock and roll band. Their first chart-topping single was Crazy Man Crazy, released in 1954. Later that year was when Elvis released his first single, That's All Right, Mama. The next big movement in rock was the 60s, which brought us more music legends. Two of the more famous ones are the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. As stated in the Journal of Religion and Popular Culture, they led the British invasion, which initiated the classic rock genre. The next decade gave us even more legends, and it brought us heavy metal, introduced by bands such as Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath. Now I'll be talking about how rock has influenced many other things. Rock has influenced fashion, magazines, video games, and even movies. As stated in the Rock Street Journal, as rock music genres became more segmented, what an artist wore became as important as the music itself. Some of the styles were gothic, punk, indie, and grunge. Such magazines as the Rolling Stones and A&P have brought us news around the rock world. One of the most popular video games ever made was Guitar Hero, which gives you the chance to play guitar on one of your favorite, most famous rock songs. And then later came Rock Band, which introduced the drums, the bass guitar, and the microphone. Rock has come a long ways from the 1950s, and in the 90s, it brought us alternative rock, sung by bands like Blink-182, Nirvana, and Weezer. As stated on the Rolling Stones website, Blink-182 continued the 1990s alternative pop punk genre into the mainstream. The 2000s brought us Screamo. Screamo that famous such bands as A Day to Remember, Under Oath, and The Devil Wears Prada. And one thing that's always stayed the same is music festivals. There was Woodstock in the past, and now we have such things as Warped Tour, Bamboozle, and even our own local Coachella Fest. In conclusion, rock has come a long way from the 1950s, but the idea has stayed the same. Rock artists are still coming forth and making hits that will be remembered by our generation and future ones. Putting together a guitar, a bass guitar, drums, and some catchy tunes stays the same, and I don't think will ever change. I ain't no saint, but I've never tried to do anything that would hurt my family or offend my God. I figure all any kid needs is hope and the feeling that he or she belongs. If I could do or say anything that would give some kid that feeling, I believe I have contributed something to the world. Also said by Elvis Presley.